I have
Right?
grabbed the... I grabbed the hammer throw from the top of that roof there. Hammer throw is kind of a useless badge in most aspects. It lets you throw your hammer at an enemy on the screen, which is only useful if the enemy's on the ceiling, because if the enemy wasn't on the ceiling, you could have jumped on it. And so it's just generally kind of a waste of it.
What was that star?
I think shooting star song. So, shooting star. No, not yet. That's really weird. Also, Gombario just teleports to it because fuck off. Alright, so yeah, hammer throw is not very good. It just isn't. However, because of what I'm going to be doing later in the game, there'll be an enemy that's flying, which I could jump on, but I have crappy boots, but a good hammer. And so I can use hammer throw, so I can use my better hammer instead of using my crappy boots. So yeah, we just talked to some holograms and some starfish, and Mario's just freaking out, doesn't know what to do. So we're almost done the prologue, which is great. So yeah, up to this point, I've just been playing fast. I haven't skipped anything. Silly things. It's just as you may or may not played before. So this will probably be about 20. Well, if I depends on if I get. Okay, so the search for the Holy Grail. The Black Toad skip requires walking along a seam at a perfect 45-degree angle. So you might think, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just put my control stick up in the top right-hand corner of my controller. The problem is that controllers are manufactured within certain tolerances. The circuit board is put in. It might twist a bit. Your control stick is soldered in. It might be twisted a bit. It's fine. But when you need to walk at exactly 45 degrees, it actually really matters how well your controller is soldered in. So the search for the Holy Grail is trying to find a GameCube controller that has not a shitty loose stick, that is at a perfect 45 degree. That's not exactly an easy thing to find. I've actually modified another controller, which isn't very good for making the run, by kind of shaving off part of the... I don't want a tutorial because I'm pro. I've shaved off part of the well here so that it moves the stick towards where I want to. So this guy is going to get messed up because I have actual commands now, so I do lots of damage. That was doing 1 down before, now it does 2. This attack is 3 damage, guard it and take 2 instead. And then I can fight this guy for 2 damage. Now I have to switch to my almost holy grail. I'll probably have to make a small adjustment in the middle of this glitch because it's not perfect 45 degree. And so if you fall off on one side, because it's not at a perfect 45 degree angle, you'll fall out of bounds, you'll waste a second or two, about 3 seconds, and then you respawn, so that's fine. But if you go in the other direction, then you flip back in bounds, and you have to do the entire thing again. Alright, so what you normally have to do here is there's some black toads guarding the way to chapter 1, and you have to talk to Merlon, who's in that spinning house over there, and it's a long cutscene. So, you know, we want to go fast. So I'm going to go out of bounds here. And then I have to go under the walkway here. Whoops, end up on this side. Apparently my controller is more skewed than I remember it being. So this is not actually that split. Yeah, here's the release. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you can actually see them. Yeah, they're all loaded. I'm just gonna take this one really slow because go back to that too. There's a split going on. Fitz is asleep. Okay, so are we gonna do splits? Or are we gonna wake up Fitz?
Fits.
Yes.
Splits.
Oh shit, what happened? What?
There's a split right here.
We're not at the first split, but James is just like, so there's a split coming up, looks over. Oh, Fitz is asleep.
I'm sorry, I was dozing.
What the heck is going on here? Why? But technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. There we go, split. Wow, I've never taken that many tries to fall off the edge and land back in bounds. Alright, so we skipped that cutscene. It probably would have taken about that long to watch the cutscene.
Can somebody else hand me Roo? I kind of take a nap. I've blamed my 2 hours of sleep.
You have a job.
So we're heading to chapter 1, and we're only here for 2 reasons. We need to get Bombette for chapter 1, and we need to get Cooper, because you need Cooper to get Bombette. That was the reason. So, first things first, we need to get Cooper is actually skippable. It's task only, and it's harder than what Junior Troop is skip. And so he requires, skipping Cooper requires 2 different, incredibly difficult multiple frame quick jump. Basically impossible to do manual tricks. The second of which is only possible on the English version of this game, hilariously. I believe it was also discovered by, or it was not discovered by oh man, I'm already over and that was not a good sometimes gotta do this 3 times. Cooper is actually only used once. I mean, I technically use him more than twice, so using it in combat. Because you don't have to use him in combat. I could have just used Guevara. But you need him exactly 2 times in this game. Once is coming up soon, and the other time is in chapter 2. So that's it. And both of those things are very, very difficult to do. It's
Tyler says good night.
just Oh, it's plus split 0. Numpad 0.
Yeah, definitely split probably.
So they all have 1 health,
Seems convenient.
so like 90 for those of you unfamiliar with this game, you need 100 star points to level up their XP. How it works is that your amount of star points you get is decreased the higher your level is above the level of the monster, so eventually enemies will give you the star points. Yeah, that's the correct number of star points. Here's one of the 2 times those you need to use we need to get some more FP. There's a door that has a key, and the key is being held by the enemy standing in front of it, so I have to go because required fight is not the boss. So I'm gonna it's got 1 health left. I can't actually recall the health of the pictures that were damage. But if you hurt them, and here's our fish well. Free standard stuff. As mentioned before, getting into battle is one way, but I also drop coins and Alright, get a coin back. That's fine. So on the way over, I need to grab the badge that's in the it's power bounce. Pretty much the best badge. It lets you keep bouncing on enemies over and over. Rather annoyingly in this game, though, is something called power bounce. So this wall doesn't, this thing doesn't have a hitbox at the side, so I can actually fall loose. Fall out of bounds, and now I'm actually at the top of the tower. I re-enter, trigger this cutscene. Okay, so normally what happens is you have to go, press a switch that lowers the stairs down. You go downstairs. Downstairs, there is a long hallway full of rotating fire things and enemies you have to fight. There's a key, and the key opens the door that I just came in. However, I didn't actually just come in that door, I just came in that door right here. Because I went out of bounds. And the bottom floor, it expects you to get there by lowering the stairs down, which covers up the gap in the floor. But there's a big gap in the floor, so I jump down and I underflow. I wrap back around to the top of the tower, and I enter the unlocked door at the top of the tower. And then the game assumes that I entered the room for the first time, so I must have entered it from the bottom. There's a split coming up right now. Matt, I believe. What doing? Oh, you were watching that part.
Well,
I have a
stream.
I have a run-on thing with Matt where I told him that you can blow up on that from really far away from that wall and still blow up, and he didn't believe me, and every time he has watched me do it, I miss it and I have to throw up that second time. So I'm gonna get this guys to run away where you can fight the arrow, and run out with this, which is now we'll also waste some of the which we need to get back, which means I should have 32. I should have 47. So if you notice, the stairs are now lowered. So, like I was saying about triggers, because we got into the jail cell, the game assumes that we also lowered the stairs, because it thinks that there is the stairs. And that's why a lot of this game is skippable, because if you get item 10, it assumes you've got item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so the only thing we care about in chapter 1 is what we have on that, so we're leaving. Our next goal in Mario's first little tag, since they've already done the next chapter, we've beaten chapter 1. That was the whole chapter 1. Alright, we're back in town. So now, something called loading zone storage, which is a really important concept. It comes up a lot in this game. When you touch a loading zone, the game will only take you to the next area if you're standing on the ground for 2 frames. So, during that 1 frame you're touching the ground, if you jump or fall out of bounds, you'll keep the loading zone stored, but you won't go immediately. So what I'm going to do here is by going out of bounds, I'm going to touch the lower loading zone, and try this again. So I'm going to go far away from the loading zone. I know this is terribly exciting to watch. Oh. Whoa! Yeah, there we go. So, when it places me in the new area, it places me there out of bounds. And so...
Was that a scope?
That's a yeah, sorry. The reason that worked, because I had to load into the store, I was able to walk out of bounds and land back in bounds, far away from the loading zone. And so it goes, oh, you're standing on the ground for 2 frames. We're going to take you to the next area. But it kind of remembers your initial position, and so it placed me in the next map way off to the left because I entered way off to the left. And so it placed me out of bounds, and I fell underneath the blockade, which normally you can't get to the chapter 2 without being chapter 1. That's basically what happens. So we're off to chapter 2. You know, in a minute, and oh wow, yeah, that's right. The PB I messed up the notes as well, so we're only a minute. I have a decent amount of time to make up.
Those all might skip, so
my first 5 splits or so might be bigger than so the fact that I'm a minute behind might be weird. Alright, so here we are in chapter 2. Quickly, we're gonna also the second most broken partner in the game, and 100% required. I don't even think there are task ways of skipping this partner, seeing the fact that I believe you have to have just places to while I'm in the desert, I'm going to meet my best friend Maka, and give him a little bit of Maka's bump, when you hit him with a hammer, it falls off. Raka's bump heals 25 HP and 25 XP. It is
A big deal.
It is a big deal. It is the best healing you can do, and it's free. That is the other time you can screw it. That's it. The only reason he's even out is to waste time to switch So, Harry is only going to join us if we return these ladders that he dropped. So I've already got one that's the second one there, and whoops, just gonna get one there. On the way, I'm gonna go and pick up a coin because I have 6 This is a little bit of my own technology. Alright, so we have our 3 letters, and so now fairy carry. Fairy carry is really important for actually a couple reasons. The first and most obvious is there's a bunch of gaps that you can't cross using fairy carry. And the second, this is actually the most efficient damage dealing partner in the game. This shell shot does a lot of damage, and it's also just a really good protection for them to make. So, and it also hits anybody on the screen. Right, this is split, but no, it's actually the I got a big split because most of the kids were only 15 seconds.
You made up a lot of time there.
Yeah, like I said, the first 5 or 6 splits in the
2 jumps, 1 frame.
2 jumps, 1 frame is the 3 jumps. It is a rather infamous glitch. Many little subsets of glitch. But you might ask, why am I going back into the desert? And that's because there is a seed over here. The seed is required to get into chapter 6. I already got one in this is the second one, it's in chapter 2. And then there's the third one in chapter 3. And then the last one is in the end of chapter 5. It's actually what prevents you from going to chapter 6 until you beat chapter 5. That would be... This game is already, you can skip a lot of stuff, but if you could somehow get into chapter 6 without getting the seeds, that would actually skip even more stuff than skip. You'd probably still have to come to get Fairy Carry. But there's a bunch of other stuff to do. Alright, so we're leaving. We actually beat chapter 2. Grab some XP there because I need to for a boss battle. 50 coins, I got Fairy Carry, I got my seeds, so chapter 2 is beat. We're done. Alright, so coming up with the Blue House game. So, the Blue House is actually an exit from the sewers. The sewers is a really complicated network, and it contains a number of shortcuts that go back to previous chapters. You're not supposed to be able to get to the Blue House until after you've beaten chapter 5, because there's a partner that you get that lets you swim across water in chapter 5. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the Blue House. It requires using a glitch called Because Speedrun, which is a creative skill. So I'm going to basically jump at the wall, and the wall is formed of two wireframe models, and you can land on the edge of the bottom one, and for one frame, you can jump off it. But your control stick has to be in neutral, so you have to jump into it, return your control stick to neutral, and then jump off in one frame. It's really fun. This is the speed spin badge. I will now just be going faster than the rest of the
It's also more flashy.
There's actually a number of badges that affect your spinning, but
This is the important one. So when you get inside a split,
no. Oh wow. That happened again.
somebody's getting close.
Yeah. The problem is that getting the jump isn't the entire trick. You also have to steer your way around the wall. Wow. What did you get for doing a run at 4 a.m.?
So what do you get for getting 4 times in a row earlier?
Yeah, so what I get for getting it 4 times in a row while practicing.
You can do something as many times as you want. That's what it said. You guys watch this.
Yeah. Hey guys, watch this. Oh. This is brutal. Oh, please. Please. Blue house, please. Oh, that's... I hate it when this is like so much practice. That's always the
This is why you should be like me and just don't practice. Just get world record.
I wish.
It's not like people actually play this game.
Well, Rob Dog has the current world record and both his previous world record at time of the last marathon and the world record that he gets at like 5th or 6th try. This is not something that most people get immediately. I'm bringing shoot.
This is the glitch that basically makes a break a run?
It's one of them. There's a couple of those. Oh my god.
Just be strong with you.
It's that marathon. Everything.
The marathon luck has been strong today, don't worry.
That seems like a really dangerous setups for this. Oh god, man. Wow, it took 5 minutes. Alright, so that's an exit. So I'm making my way back into the sewer. I'm gonna head on a one-to-one tropical vacation to chapter 5. Because chapter 5 is way better than chapter 3. And chapter 1, which we never did. Or chapter 3, which we never did. Or chapter 4, which we unfortunately never did.
I've waited all day for this.
So, you notice I got bounced off really high? That's because the game decided that, I'm not doing any bounces. That's not because I missed an action. If I miss an action, then I fall. Oh, wow. That was really shitty. That was only 6 bounces. I believe he has 1 health. Oh, I'm bad. Oh wait, no, he has 3 health. Oh my god, he's got 1. Because I missed that action. Alright, this should go. Dang.
But remember, I used to be every enemy you fight in the game is easy, right?
Yeah. I don't fight many enemies, so yes. Alright,
I think keeping track of exactly how much damage you deal.
so this is chapter 5. I'm taking the shortcut back to it. That glitch is really important. Even in all cards, when you don't skip any chapters, you still do that glitch. Because it skips 2 cutscenes and 2 boss fights. So we're gonna go out of bounds, just like this. Just like that, that's fine. And we're gonna skip the entire beginning part of chapter 5. We're gonna go under the ground here.
It's boring and not important, so why do it?
We're just gonna not rescue the edges. We're gonna go underground. I went under the loading zone, which goes back to that Bridges.
Don't worry,
there.
I got it.
I'm gonna take an extra fall here on purpose.
I like how Colorado falls into the other down.
Yep. Alright, now we've entered chapter 5. Chapter 5 proper, if you will. Colorado is a famous explorer, okay? He's not gonna let boundaries and bounds. Also, how do you get ahead of me? He's actually just like a time traveling, because time is space, so he's a time traveling archaeologist. Alright, so I'm gonna get this first cycle on using Yay, absolutely. That wasted like 45 seconds or something. So that was Alright, on the way down I need to grab this fire shield back. Ostensibly, it's for the boss in this area, the boss in this area is like this fire. But what also uses fire is Bowser. Normally I have to push this box over, right? That's that. So a lot of people think you have to push both blocks or both balls, which I don't. It's just Alright, this is Ultra Hammer, which does 6 damage, so it does right now 3 times the much damage. Also notice the triggers. It also breaks metal blocks, and level 3. It also breaks the stone blocks. Even though I never got the level 2 damage, which is the thing for it, let's break stone blocks, which is pretty easy. I'm actually going to save here because I haven't saved yet. And
Marathons, they're bad for your health.
marathons are bad. Yo, stick zero shots fired. So there is actually no first level here. I have to wait for the second platform. Just a little bit of what I do. So I'm going to find this. I'm going to make it invincible. And I will get to that fireballs. Rather curiously, if you make 4 jumps, you keep your forward momentum, you make small jumps, and so normally I have to push this block right to the left, so that this might go down, but instead I just click into this level, and it skips this thing, just like that. Normally you go down to the left and you go to the bottom floor and fight the boss. But instead I'm going to go and get this I'm going to go and go back to bounds. And now I'm actually landing in the loading zone behind the boss battles. This is the sorry, yeah, get ready to this is the escape sequence after you beat chapter 5. So I'd actually just beaten chapter 5 and we didn't fight the boss, which was like my start and so the game is obviously very confusing because I just beat chapter 5. But I haven't beaten chapters 1 or 2, or even been to or triggered chapters 3 or 4. And to be honest, I haven't triggered chapter 5 either. Shortcut to come here. So, you might think, okay, what does the game do? And so, obviously, the most logical, straightforward thing for the game to do at this point would just be say, fuck it, you beat chapter 5. Which is what it does. This is, for anybody who hasn't played Paper Mario before, after every chapter you go and you do one of these Peach sequences. They're basically cutscenes. You control Peach around and you do different things. You make a cake, then it's really fun. Quite often it involves being Betty Peach solving. You have to sneak around like guards. For those of you who have played the game before, you'll recognize that this is the Peach segment after chapter 5. It doesn't play the one after chapter 1, because it's the first chapter I've beaten. It plays the one after the chapter I've just beaten. For all intents and purposes, I've beaten chapter 5. Because Mario said so, and you can't argue. The kind of mini-game you play in this version is a game show, which is over here. And rather humorously, if you just mash the first option, you'll actually win the game show. You get 6 right before wrong, which is more than half. And the prize you get for winning is completely useless, so I actually don't want to get it. So I'm going to answer the last question wrong on purpose, so that nobody wins and nobody's getting the prize. I'm actually just going to mash it to answer the question, because that would and somebody would be awarded the first prize, which I don't want. Normally, by the way, it's a gem, which is actually really important, but Peach gets it. which means that if you want Mario to happen, you have to, at the next beach sequence, you have to drop it in. There's a treasure chest that any item put in it you can get from another chest. So it's just so far out of the way, it's not worth it. There's actually a limited number of gem and jellies that are shown in the game, so normally it's quite valuable to get. No wins!
Like how Peach's castle in Mario shows a lot of similar design.
You know, minus the green.
Yeah. But the lobby area.
So here we are, having just completed chapter 5. You might be curious, okay, well, how much star power do I have? Because for every time you beat a chapter, you get rewarded with 1 star power and a star of it, which are its own resource. It's basically like MP or FP in this game, but it's just another video. Rather interestingly, I actually have 5 star points and 5 star points I can use on that I need to grab that. Also, you'll note that because I didn't rescue the Yoshi kids, they're all gone, they're all dead. The previous area I was supposed to rescue them from the forest, they all got lost. And yeah, they're all dead. This is the 4th seed, which I need to open up chapter 6. He goes off to wait for us to go and take the tuna of the whale back to but I won't be taking the tuna, so we start on this out. I need to go back out into the wilderness because we need to. Alright, this one's finished. Sorry, what did you say?
So I've never ever seen a run fail before.
It's normal account. Oh my god, it's the badass ones, right? Okay. It's over to the right. Yeah, it is. This is what happens when you practice this game.
One of you play this game for
Yeah. I don't think so. Okay.
That will never happen. I forbid it. Also, I assume we're gonna have a lot of glare.
Oh yeah. I kind of lied when I said that was the 4th seed because it isn't. It's normally the 4th seed, but the 4th seed for me is actually still chapter 3. Yeah, so I need to go and put in chapter 3. This is kind of a version of the Play on the Lost command from the way where one of these things is all together. It's not random. forwards. Check out my ability to guard enemies that you don't fight in this game. Oh, this looks like chapter 6, you can just go through any door. Just chapter 6 is just right up here.
0 and then the numpad is split, right?
So the reason I grabbed the super mushroom back in the volcano way long ago is because chapter 6 is the only chapter in the game that does not have a heart block or an inn, a place to heal yourself. And so just in case I got first striked by the enemies in the sewer, what ended up happening was that I failed to run away from the fuzzies who I shouldn't even have fought in the first place. So, once again, safety health. Good thing. Alright, so, this is the other kind of run ending glitch, like West Early, which I'm already waiting for. Chapter 6 is garbage. This game is great, but Chapter 6 is a bunch of fetch quests. It's dumb. There's a bunch of flowers with problems. Mario doesn't care. I don't care. We're just gonna skip it. We're gonna use a cool little glitch, and we're gonna go straight to Light Wester's part. So it starts out kind of weird. We're gonna make up with this tree. Land out of bounds. We're gonna transfer ourselves to another out of bounds scene. Back in bounds first. Alright, and then back here, we got outer sound set up. So this trick is pretty much exactly the same as the log skip. The one that I used to get into chapter 2 without beating chapter 1. It's just a lot harder. And also has this preamble before you can try it. So if you fail it, you have to start. Which is more. That isn't actually the hardest trick in this game. Alright, we're off that. Yeah, I know. That trick, I know how to do. I'm actually seriously, that ain't no saying. That ain't. Everyone agrees this is the hardest trick. Oh yeah, so we're gonna go and fight like Lester, who then turns out to be a cool guy in the party, and he's a cool guy because he's the most cool partner. We have to fight him first though, and for those of you keeping track of it, I'm level 2. Normally you'd be significantly higher level at this point because this is the 6th chapter, and you're generally not even level 2 in the first chapter. I actually have to switch partners. So, but I have to tell my partner to wait, because I'm going to run out of that lead really fast. So, I'm going to switch partners in battle. So, it seems like I'm wasting my turn, but I actually just, it's actually faster. I can bomb this guy with my hammer. And I gotta make these blocks, right? lot of damage. Even hits enemies for fun. What's that? Star Spawn that just picked up. Actually, come back. Back is gone. Back up to full health. Since I had 0 FP and 1 HP, that's a great idea. Great time to use that. So we've got 6 HP left. So one more. Alright, that's lackluster. We'll just quit picking up sewage. Only 13 seconds. Just 13 seconds. Yeah. And that included the debacles, the various getting into combat debacles. Yep.
That was a fast lackluster.
That was actually really fast. I should have saved there. Alright, so Mario has been informed that there's lots of flowers with a lot of problems. And you know what? That's dumb. You know what isn't dumb? Tropical island vacations. Mario really enjoyed the last one, so he's decided that he really wants to go. So we're gonna go on another tropical island. So normally how you're supposed to, I mentioned in my SQF at the beginning of this, you have to go up in that area, you have to get the Raphael and Raven to go do this sweet tree house to get our lessons. Yeah, that's the things that SQF basically. So there's no one cycle to do this. So I'm going to just use my custom. That bubble has chased me very far. Very, very far. I want to go up and very close. He was the... that's it. And I'm going to save here. Anyway, tropical island conditions, various volcano, like areas. So, using this trick works because unlike the other triggers where you beat the boss, you touch the star, it immediately goes to you go to the beach thing. In this level, you can escape sequence first. So there's a gap between the boss that you can fight and the next chapter. So we're going to exploit that. What I'm going to do is I'm using the fact that like Lester is hilarious. I have to clear this cutscene first. Basically, the game lets you clip partially into walls, and just kind of expected you to not do something bad with that information. but you totally can flip partially into walls, and then jump onto leg press turn, then reset your position, and reset your leg. So now I'm in the boss room, and normally I could just cross this room, especially with walls in the way. So what I have to do is this really weird glitch where there's this glitch where Blockbuster gets stuck. He overshoots and gets way out of bounds. And then I have to go from this out of bounds. And now I go out of bounds to go around the walls. Alright, so once again, we are in the escape sequence again. Funny that. And so now we're gonna go and beat this chapter. And so the game goes, oh, but you beat a chapter. And you were on chapter 5, so that means you beat chapter 6, right? That's how it works. You know, someone might say, oh, you just beat chapter 5 again, that doesn't count. But Mario goes, no, I beat a chapter. It says in the hero contract, right here. You beat a chapter. And it did.
Play each cutscene
Yeah,
plus one.
the double. So yeah, this is actually the Peach segment from beating Chapter 6. For all intents and purposes, I've actually beaten Chapter 6 because I was on Chapter 6 and then beat a chapter. So in this chapter, you have to impersonate some guards and do some stuff for nothing to happen. There's just a lot of talking to people. I'd much prefer to bake a cake and sing old men. So there's actually a really interesting glitch that comes out of this too. So normally this door here is locked. In this chapter, in the chapter 6 Peach segment, you unlock this door. And for various reasons, the door to the rest of the area there is also locked because it expects you to get outside. However, if after this chapter you re-trigger a previous chapter, the easiest method of which is to re-enter the whale, which triggers the start of chapter 5. When you go to the Peach segment after that, the door remains unlocked because you unlocked it. But the outside door, outside of Peach's castle, is also unlocked because it doesn't think you can get there. And so you can actually leave as Peach and Twink. The problem is right outside, there's a boss battle. And so as soon as you get in the boss battle, you can actually fight. And you fight with Peach and Twink like you do the final boss battle. But the problem is when you tell Twink to dash, he bounces off the enemy and flies off the screen and doesn't come back. And the game stops. It's really funny. Twink just says, fuck it, I'm going home.
And then Peach died.
And then Peach died. If you beat those bosses as Mario and then leave and then re-trigger the cutscenes, you can get really far into Bowser's castle as Peach, but you can't jump. So eventually you get to a point where you can't advance anymore because there's stuff you have to jump. Peach smells too good, so came back. It's pretty sure you're actually a guard, so it's your okay, so now that I have the Ultra Hammer, I can go and get the Ultra Boots, which I need because they do a lot of damage, for one thing. And the other thing is they let me ground pound, which I need to be able to do with the Tornado Jump, which also needs to be. So notice I'm talking to Swallow. I have actually Swallow. I've actually beaten Chapter 6. The sun is shining, all the plants don't have any problems anymore. do a couple little housekeeping things. The first of which is that I have to go up here, which is where you fight the Cloud Boss. And the Cloud Boss used to be a huge source of RNG, and was one of the biggest run killers in Paper Mario speedrunning. However, with the new rules, you don't fight it. However, up here is the Super Jump Charge badge, which is just this color. And it's really important. You skip a turn, and it adds 3 to the attack power of the next jump you do. But it stacks. So for instance, if my base jump power is 3, and then I use it, I get +3, then my next jump will do 6 damage. However, if I combine it with Power Bounce, then how it works is, let's say I did it twice, I get +6 damage. My base 3 power means I do 9 damage. My first jump would do 9 damage, my next jump is 8, my next one is 7, and so on until I either miss the action command, or the game kicks me over, I get capped. Power Bounce capped. Power Bounce caps are going to come into effect on the final boss fight. On major bosses, you get between 3 and 6 bounces. 3 is rare, 6 is also rare, and 4 and 5 are common. And so all of the strats developed for the first bosses, you just kind of assume you're going to get at least 4 bounces. With the current strat that I will be using, if I get 3 power bounces, it's a reset, which blows, because there's a long cutscene in the middle of the final boss fight, which wastes a lot of time. And because this isn't the last run of the marathon, I don't think I'll mercy kill my run, even though there is one more glitch after you beat Final Bowser. So just over here is which is a split. I basically have 2 in a row. It's split. It lets me do this, which lets me hit blocks that are slightly too high to hit. Alright, so let's see that. I've actually killed myself by jumping on a spike enemy accidentally while I was Alright, so now that we have the ultra jump, we do a lot more damage, it's all cool, everything is focused on. And Mario heard that, the last chapter, chapter 7, it's like or something that sounds cold. That sounds really cool, having really good music and a really cool boss fight. That sounds really cool. It looks better. Tropical island with big pitches. And volcano exploration. So we're gonna go do that. We're gonna go to it. That's you can really only soft block from this tree. Not that you missed the trick, but you basically have to go out of bounds, and instead of holding left, you just hold nothing when you get stuck and reset. For those of you who might not actually know this, hard block is crashes, blue screens, usually with the company. Soft lock is when the is still defined, but it is possible to see soft blocking is really common in games. Another thing that's interesting is that there are only 7 chapters. So doing this trick is called the peach warp. If you do the peach warp after you beat chapter 7, the game will soft lock because it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know how to play the next peach segment. It isn't in a peach segment. That's an example of the soft lock. It'll show each segment after which is the beginning of, or sorry, no, it'll show that scene in Bowser's Castle, which is when it shows the beginning of the character segment, and nothing happens. Just stop. Oh, I have to get Mario to bonk his head before, because then he loses all of his time. He's allows me to get Mario downwards, which I need to get to the bottom of the screen. So that jump that I missed going through my head, so I have nothing like that. And it's going to split. I saved 7 seconds. That's great. So, rather humorously, I would like to fit a second split in here and get rid of all the useless add an extra split in here because just stick out another split for like 20 minutes or so. So the next Peach segment is like here. This segment right here where it shows just Peach's castle floating in the sky. That's what it would play if you if I went and did another Peach warp right now, because there isn't another Peach segment to play. It'll show the castle and it'll sit there forever. It'll be swinging its nose, but nothing happens. Anyway. Chapter 8, Bowser's Castle, is probably the second most broken chapter after Chapter 5 you can skip basically all of it. And then on top of that, there's also the fact that you can review, which is really funny. But Chapter 8, there's a lot of little skips with a lot of things. I mean, literally grand schemes. Quite obvious glitches you're doing. And here we are, we beat Chapter 7. Congratulations, Mario. You have conned your way into being a hero. And of course it puts me at Chapter 7 in the North Pole, because that's where Chapter 7 was. We actually have to do a couple little housekeeping things when we get back. There's some items here. If you take them, the door closes, and then you have to replace them with an item. But because I'm leaving, I don't care. It's kind of weird and silly to protect because I haven't been taken. These things here let you upgrade your party members. When you upgrade your party member by a level, they gain 1 attack point, and then they also gain a new ability. I'm upgrading Perry because he's my primary damage dealer. So I want him to do 6 damage instead of 5 when he shot. I don't care about his other ability. So I'd be stuck there. Basically a soft lock if I didn't grab the equities on the way here, because I can't break that ice walk up the switch without doing grab that repel gel. I have 2 repel gels, which is what down first, then I always forget that. Alright, here we are back in Sugar City. And you notice the ice is broken, which is a trigger that happens during Chapter 7. So, once again, triggers and motivation. I'm going to sell the Ultra Shroom that I just got for 50 points. Because I need 1 magnet. And the next thing I'm going to do is right over here, there is another thingy that's in the park. So I need Bombette to be level 2. I do care that Bombette gets +1 power, but the main thing I care about is that Bombette gets a new ability. Her new ability is that she does her full explosion damage to all enemies that are standing there, which is going to become very, very useful in this coming chapter. There's a bunch of enemies that stand on the ground. And speaking of the coming chapter, for those of you who may be keeping track at home, I am heading to chapter 8, the final chapter of the game. I am level 2. I have leveled up once. And I have not beaten the 7 previous chapters. Instead, I have beaten chapter 5 3 times. This is what you can get away with doing when you are Mario. People say, oh, you have to go on a grand quest, recover all these star spirits, get all these, abilities, so that you can fight Bowser and fight epic battle at the end of the game. Oh no. What it actually means is that if you give Mario the opportunity to lie, cheat, and steal his way into another kiss from Peach. Well, Max, you ready for the night more cameras doing this? The joke is that I was speedrunning this, we were all practicing, and Max was speedrunning Metroid Prime as you do, and I was speedrunning this. In the area where you talk to the star spirits, the music sounds, if you hear it in the background, directly listening to it, it sounds an awful lot like a very chilled out remix of the Metroid Prime theme. Usually when you spin away from these guys, they ignore you. So normally, well, in the early part of the game I care about coins, but the only thing I buy is the 1 life fruit, so I don't care about that. Let's see. This is where the sun and star spirits spirit me away. Here we go, Magma Caverns. They also give me a power, like Star Beam, that dispels Bowser's Star Rod buff that he gives himself. I'm gonna actually take this thing because so first things first. Yeah, we need key 2, which is held by these guys. So I could use Star Spelling to go into because it's really defense, but that's faster. And it gives combat ability that does a lot of damage to enemies. they have a lot of health and a lot of defense, and they have a spike on their heads, and normally they're pretty strong. But the combination of Mario's hitting everything, a fair bit of damage, ignoring the hit everything, not ignoring their defense, but just doing more damage. It kills most everything. I call this area self-battery because the legends take jump once you can't jump over these. That's why I usually take that. Getting first strike is not that annoying, but getting it unnecessary powers. So this is, the second time that Mario's been thrown in jail. So obviously he's not going to possibly figure out how to get out. So one of the big limiters for running this game, specifically the end of the run, is you can only have 10 items. And this here is my 10th. So I actually need all 10 of those items for the last 3 bosses. So you can't. There aren't very many strategies for beating the final boss with being such low level, because you don't have the items you can life shrooms to buy yourself to die, etc. This is normally a dead end. You just come here to get a badge up here. Mario's made of paper, so you can actually slip through that reality and just kind of. That's not our character. Anyway, so that skips quite a bit of restoration. Mario is a self-serving jerk. And this door is surprisingly true to its word. It says, like, if you come up and talk to me, I'm not Okay, so those of you who have played this game before, like, oh, listen, you gave me a speed run. You're clearly a fool, because you skipped. You forgot to get sushi part of chapter 5, which is swim. In this area, you probably need to pull it up in the water. You gotta swim on that. Right? What are you gonna possibly do? Well, we also seem to forget that Mario is pretty much tricks. And well, it actually has a hitbox. This area is a whole lot of using Light Lester to not have to do this water crossing how you're supposed to. normally have to lower this water to get down to the feet. That block the doors. But as is the case for most things in this game, you just Alright. And since every game needs a cannon, this game too has a cannon. This is the cannons. Normally you have to fight these cannons, and they're pretty tough bosses, and there's like 3 of them. So we're just gonna skip that instead. Skip past all of those cannons. Once again, I'm off in search of you. This next area we have to go into, I have to push one of these blocks over, and there's a hammer throw. And you can avoid this hammer throw, but it means that you have to do another fight later, which is incredibly RNG dependent. If RNG can say you get. So instead of not fighting this guy and doing a tricky switch, you have to do a trick in order to not fight this guy, and then do a fight that is instead fight this guy, kill him, and skip this line. So it ends up being very similar amount of time to this. I actually need to level up here before I fight the boss too. These badges. So this next boss fight, we shall be seeing a reoccurring, from now on, reoccurring using a jump charge in order to increase your attack charge. Using power bounce to create very powerful. Next is a quiz, and like most quizzes in this game, you pretty much just complete it by mashing the first answer. The door actually says he will gain over you if you answer the questions wrong. He doesn't say how. It turns out if you get 3 of these questions wrong, he'll actually summon 3 anti-guys to fight you. Anti-guys have 50 health and do either 10 or 12 damage to you, depending on which attack they do. And so 3 of them together is definitely harder than the final boss. The final boss has 100 health and it's either 8 or 10 damage. Admittedly, he has 2 defenses and 0, but not as much attack power, raw attack power, and not as much raw health. Needless to say, if I fought 3 anti-guys, I would just die. All of their attacks can still be This is the only question I have to answer. The second one to get right. obviously the questions aren't random, which is really nice because they're in Japanese, and it's been a while since I've read this one, so they're fun little question posts, like how many of them are free, how many total arms did they have, what color was the ship. So now we start seeing more kind of things. These guys are really annoying things. Well, this guy's out of So generally we kind of do is bait them with flood hammers and then get past them really fast by slowing. So get this guy before we That's the slightly slow but very consistent. This next one is a really hard one where you have the choice to go up or down, and it will repeat forever if you go the wrong way. But the solution is in the background. You can also jump into those fires and blow up with people and have die. Just have and just burn yourself. So this is the fight that I mentioned that we're pretty much missed. You can do this fight, you can actually fight them, and that's because these duple ghosts, they can transform into your partner, and they have all of the strength moves. So if your partner is called that, then if you blow them up, they instantly die, they blow up, because they're not. However, if the wrong number of them transform, then you die, because they just So I mean, this ability is timer, or unfortunately it didn't work on all of them. So I'm going to do nothing with the transforms, which it did. So now I can show what I can do next. It doesn't even matter how much damage he is the bomb, so he blows up and explosions and every fire types. So there you go. That's a split. That was a split. So, next battle is Jupiter, which is actually kind of a difficult fight, especially for what we're doing. There's multiple forms, one of which flies and has a spike on his head. So I'm actually going to do is try to do all of my damage at once so he doesn't enter that second form with the spike on his head. But I didn't even know who this is. Like, we met him, what, an hour and 46 minutes ago? I've never seen him again in 2 times. Which lowers his attack. And you'll see I'll be taking 4 damage, so he actually does 8 damage. Which is a lot. It's a lot of damage. That's as much damage as got. So he actually does 8 damage. So this attack won't kill him. What do we do? Try to this will kill me because this, but it didn't happen. That's great. I expected it, and then I'm going to do Get another one of those battles that, you go down to 0 FP and 1 HP, and you go back up to 0 HP, 0 FP and 1 HP, go back up to 4 and you perfectly kill it. No resources left. Perfect resources left. I'm actually skipping the save because I am hedging my bets. I need to do a couple things in here and hallway runner. So I'm going to do my things I have to do, and then I'm going to save because hallway runner has a little bit of lockout. Actually, this run is going really well, except for my atrociously bad Blue House skip. All that plus 5 minutes came from one split. But the rest of the run actually
It came right before the split. It came right before the split. Everything in Blue House, and then the split was on the other side of Blue House.
dispatch. And I'm flipping a weird damage badges here, so I'm gonna flip Power Rush, which gives me 2 extra damage if I'm in danger. I'm gonna flip Last Stand, which means they take half as much damage if I'm in danger. And I'm gonna flip Close Call, which means there's a chance to die if I'm in danger. And then I'm also just gonna flip the thing that makes me take less damage, which is Fire. Okay. Okay, so I mentioned there's some RNG. That's because he has 3 different attacks. 2 of his attacks, the claw and the butt stomp, do 6 damage. His fire attack does 8. I have to survive 3 hits. So, if he does the claw attack or the butt stomp first, it'll do 6 damage, and if he guard 1 hit, so it'll do 5. Then I'm in danger, and then all of his attacks will only do 2 damage. His fire attack will do 8. It's half to 4 when I guard 1 hit, and my badge guards his fire. Guards another 1. His 6 attacks will be half to 3, and then the guard 1 will take 2. That's cool. But if he does fire first, then I take 6 damage and I cannot survive 2 more attacks. So if he does the 1 out of 3 chance of doing fire first, then one of his next 2 attacks has to miss due to my badge. If it doesn't, it's a reset because I cannot afford to lose that lecture. And it also wastes
When is the Star split?
after the final. So he didn't use fire first, so I'm closing. I got the 66% chance, which I almost always Of course, I'm not out of the woods. I have to make all the management offense and defense. This is, especially in the end game, it's very tight to get through some monster line. You say, can we turn up the volume? Do you mean the game volume or me talking? He's got 10 health left, which is exactly how much damage I can do right now. Alright, he's dead. I'm really happy with I'm comfortable talking loud. Yeah, so I'm taking my 3rd level up, so I'm actually going to go into the final boss as level 4. So I took 2 level ups in FP, and 1 level up in BP. good at 6 PP. You still have 10 health because Puncher doesn't make me go fast. Only at 3 PP. And I'm obviously taking ever so much wrong. And here is where I'm going to take off Speedy Spin Crash. Just make it. I'm sorry, I'm naturally a quiet person. For those of you on stream who wish to hear my wonderful voice. Alright, so Bowser is a big RNG nightmare. I don't actually know what the percentages are. I don't know what the chances that he does his stupid get off me and I get capped. It happened to me during the last marathon. Not happening this marathon. Great. But if I only get 3 power bounces out, it's 100. Well, if I jump away from the try, it's entirely RNG. It has nothing to do with the execution. Another funny thing is he's really big right now, so it doesn't matter where I aim. From the shell shot, I'll always hit him. Star Rod. And then Cervical is the really long one. I can see it's possible, which makes resetting a I traditionally hand off the controller to another person because this fight represented here in this concert is just too intense. But everybody is just who's not paying attention. And do you want to do it or should I just go?
I'm good.
You good? Alright, so breaking the tradition, I'm actually doing this fight here, which is super difficult. Or high deal of execution. So yeah, if you leave, like I was mentioning, using the re-entering the Peach segments by reaching at the beginning of chapter 5. So just see Twig do the star dash and just imagine leaving the screen and never coming back. That's what it's like. I have to do it. So, an interesting thing about this game is that the Virtual Console version and the original hardware are different. And not in the way that a lot of people expect. The N64 version doesn't lag, whereas the Virtual Console version does. You can kind of tell right now the game is lagging a great deal in this segment especially. However, the Virtual Console version loads faster than the N64, so it it's a little bit faster to run the virtual console version, even though it lags so hard during this cutscene and other areas.
How much faster?
I think it's a minute or two, so it's definitely a significant amount.
There's definitely more load times than there is laggy points in the final battle.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so begins the rope game. And basically, when you're like out there killing a bunch of times here, you're like, you get enough time to turn up the connection. Tell Eric here, you have to block that, because it takes away one of your action commands when you block it. So if you took away items and screw, it takes away jump. So even though I'm letting you kill me, I actually have to block that stuff. Okay, so the reason I have Repel Gem, Repel Gem makes you invincible to turn use it and turn out. I have Repel Gem because Bowser has this circle, which removes all of your buffs, regardless of whether you block them. By buffs, I mean it removes my jump dragons, which means that I just can't possibly do it. So I have to use Repel just to dodge its wave. The wave is random, and it does it. It starts on turn 4 and goes every other turn. So I'm going to use a repel gel this turn because I expect him to use the wave this turn. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to let him kill my partner. It hits you and your partner. There are many things that your partner. So I'm going to let him kill my partner because I keep having this one blue anything. So he knows that we charges. That he's going to do. And now I'm sort of expecting to do the wave again this turn because I have 2 turns since the last time we did the wave. And so I'm going to use my bonus strike, which is what I expected to do. Should, yep. Left from left. My partner will wake up and get hit by the wave. Yep. If he delayed it, I have to block it so my partner can be up and ready. So I charge again. Alright, so I have 1 life shot this turn. Which we have done. And this is where I fucked up with the marathon last time. Because I charged again. And I died. Because I'm so HP 1. Then he is going to hit me. I have to block it and die. So, what I have to do is get my pretty sure I fucked up. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Yay!
With 1 more bounce and kill them.
16, 13, 14, 13, 17, 9, 8. Right? 8 plus 70. No. I needed to not. So what I should have done actually, I should have charged. No, wow, I just like that. Charged again and let him hit me and make that block. Okay, well, that's I think this cutscene is really go back to this one again. Yeah, and we still do want to see that. So. Oh well.
We tried.
Them's the breaks. But I'm at my Star Rod split is at plus 6 minutes. Plus I sat there and talked, right? So if I had that 5 minutes from the Blue House skip, I would have been close to my BB actually.
Yeah,
So,
that's
alright.
pretty good.
So, Brett,
Yeah?
did you want to see Mega Man 9?